The use of personal protective equipment is not a new concept in the workplace. But did you know that the use of PPE can protect you from harm in your personal life and outside of work? The use of PPE can protect you from bodily harm or injury at work, home, and in public settings. Such examples of personal protective equipment include the use of hard hats, harnesses, and safety glasses at work, earplugs, safety belts, and sunscreen in public, and the use of gloves and condoms at home. Let's take a look at hearing protection and how you can protect yourself from bodily injury. Hearing protection takes many forms, typically earplugs, but also including earmuffs or specialty helmets. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, also referred to as OSHA, sets guidelines for employers to provide employees with hearing protection when exposed to hazardous noise in the workplace. Hazardous noise can cause irreversible hearing loss that can affect every aspect of your life. The Texas Department of Insurance has found that 1 in 10 Americans has hearing loss that affects the ability to understand normal speech. This is preventable by using hearing protection. If you have to shout over a loud noise to be heard, that is generally considered hazardous. Heavy machinery, concerts, gunfire, and lawn equipment are all forms of hazardous noise that require hearing protection, although many people fail to use any when engaging in these activities. The most important thing to remember is that hearing loss occurs slowly over a period of years, but once your hearing is lost, it cannot be fixed. Another form of PPE that is underutilized is a safety restraint belt in motor vehicles. The American College of Emergency Physicians has outlined many statistics on the use of safety belts by the public. The risk of injury in a motor vehicle accident decreased by 45% just by wearing a seatbelt. And nearly 15,000 lives were saved each year just by buckling up. With the increase in deaths caused by failure to wear seatbelts, most states have passed safety belt laws, requiring drivers to buckle up or face a fine. This alone has increased the amount of people choosing to use safety belts when operating a vehicle. The reality is that 1 in 5 people in the United States does not wear a seatbelt, increasing the risk of fatal and critical injuries if they get in a car accident. Newer cars in the U.S. have features like blinking lights and alarms that will stay on for a preset amount of time if a driver or passenger is not wearing a seatbelt, increasing the likelihood that they will remember to strap in. With the risk of fatality being so high when not wearing a seatbelt, why take the risk in the first place? Risks are something people take every day, but should not be taken lightly when it comes to your physical health. Using condoms can reduce the risk of sexually transmitted infections and unwanted pregnancy. The FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, and the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control, work together to provide up-to-date information on the risks associated with not using condoms. Although condoms are not 100% safe, they are more effective than not using any protection at all when it comes to avoiding sexually transmitted infections. 12 million men and women in the U.S. contract some form of an STI each year, increasing the risk that the infection will spread. Some STIs can be treated, such as chlamydia and gonorrhea, while others are more serious and cannot be completely cured, such as herpes and HIV. By using a condom, you are creating a barrier between you and another person to keep blood, semen, and vaginal fluid from passing between you. This greatly reduces the risk of contracting diseases or becoming pregnant. The FDA requires manufacturers of condoms to spot check their condoms to ensure the quality and safety of their products, leaving little room for error in production. Condoms are not expensive and are sold in most drug and grocery stores and even gas stations, making them easily accessible. In the event that you cannot afford them, clinics and hospitals and other medical facilities provide them free of charge. For military members, you can visit the Public Health Communicable Disease section of the hospital, where they are given out for free. Knowing that you can protect yourself from personal harm and bodily injury just by plugging your ears, buckling up, and practicing safe sex by taking a few extra moments of consideration may have a huge impact on your life. The next time you are faced with the decision to use personal protective equipment, choose to protect yourself from harm and injury.